Hey guys, Will Patterson here and welcome to a Photoshop CC 2014 release tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create some funkiness to your typography. If you saw my latest Instagram post, I put out that we're going to be doing something like this, and what I meant was this part, tutorials here, and we're going to create this text effect within Illustrator. Sorry, Photoshop, not Illustrator, Photoshop, I'm too used to saying it. So in Photoshop we're going to be creating that. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I've got two layers here. I've got a background layer that's black and a shape layer that is currently set at white. And what we need to do is we need to go ahead and find out how to color this. So the easiest way to color this would be to get an image and select it and cut it out from the image. So this would be a color. So I'm going to show you how I mean. So the way that I've done this is by using a resource from creativemarker.com. The link will be in the description for you to go and check it out, and it's called Marble Textures, and just here, and they're very cheap and they're very good to use, and you can use them in all your projects. They look so awesome. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to select this first one and bring it out. Awesome. So now I'm going to go ahead and rasterize this because we want to make sure it's fully editable. Okay, so now we have the background layer, which I'm just showing the visibility on and off. And the next thing you want to see is that we need to go ahead and cut this out, this shape layer here, out of this marble text. And we want to maintain the text within this. So the best way of doing this is not a clipping mask, because that leads to a lot of problems later down the line. But what is to hold Command and select your text, which should be underneath. And then we're going to go ahead and delete the outside of this. Now the best way of doing this is to press Command Shift and I, which will invert the selection, so everything that you delete, like I've just done there, apart from the selection, will actually be deleted. To get the next thing we need to do is we need to get rid of this selection, so press Command D, and this looks great. The reason why we got rid of this selection just now is so we can go ahead and add a layer mask, which we'll need to use later. So go down to the bottom of your layer panel and press layer mask. Amazing. So we've got that, we've got a proper vector, or add vector mask even, that's what it's called. And basically we need to go ahead and create a place of where we can use a vector mask. Because right now if we use the brush, a black brush, it would delete some of this. Now the reason why it's coming white underneath is because I've still got my white layers here, so I'm going to just bring that down underneath. So if we were to click on our layer mask and start deleting some of this out of it, it would delete the whole thing out of it, and we don't want that to happen. What we want to do is we want to create a selection within this text, like I've done in my actual bit here, where you can see the border is, and we want to only use that part there for the grunge effect. So I'm going to go ahead and select it, and I'm going to use a tool called contracting selection. So I'm going to go to select, modify, and contract. And I'm going to contract it by 3 pixels and press OK. But we want to make sure it's feathered so it's not an abrupt selection. So I'm going to go to select again, modify, feather, and feather it by 1 pixel. And that should be it. Now we're going to go ahead and start brushing this up. So make sure you got your brush by pressing B on your keyboard. I'm going to right click and I'm going to find a nice brush for us to use. I like this brush here. This brush seems to always be the best one. And this one, I can't remember where I got it from, but there's a bunch of grunge brushes at Creative Market. So if you have a look in the link in the description, you'll see a bunch of these brushes as well within there if you search for them. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to start deleting stuff out of here. So the best way to do this is to use a layer mask. Now layer masks can be a bit confusing at some points in time. A layer mask is basically like the eraser tool, but using the brush to delete and show certain parts of your text. Now within here, I'm going to zoom in. You can see if I went over it now, it's going to delete certain parts of this. But if I go over it now, it's bringing some back. Now this is because I'm pressing X, which is the foreground to background color. When it's black, it will delete. When it's white, it will bring back. And this is what we're going to be using to create a grunge effect. And this means that we don't destroy the text in the process. Okay, so I'm going to go to my black foreground switch, and I'm just going to sort of plaster this like so. I'm just going to cut it all out. Then I'm going to add some back in, cut some out, add some back in, and I'm going to repeat this process just so I get the right sort of text effect here, like so. And I'm going to press Command D and come out of it, and you can see that we've got this really nice text effect. Now the reason why we've got this line around here is because we feathered it, and this is what makes it look really nice. From this you can go ahead and press Command B, or sorry, if you go to your blending options by pressing right click on blending options. Command B doesn't work on everyone's computer. And then we could go to gradient overlay if we needed to, and we can go to head to overlay for the blend mode, press OK, which will make this sort of really nice transitionally look to it. And we can even get rid of the transparency of that as well, and we have something like this. And that is how you create the cool typography sort of text effect within Photoshop and Illustrator. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, links down below. Make sure you check out my t-shirt website, and if you need any sort of design work doing, if you're looking for a designer to create business cards, then I would be more than happy to help you with that. So give me an email in the description. Sorry, give me an email, and my email's in the description. Also, just to apologize for the lack of videos, I haven't been well. I'm not my normal self. I feel a bit lightheaded just now because I've not been, I've had a bug for the past few days. So I hope you enjoy the video anyway, and I'll catch you in my next one. And hopefully by the next time we'll be at 10,000 subscribers. So I'll see you then.